Well, that was actually my voice. That wasn't an electronic thing. That was.
Oh, right. Are you, I was going to say something about a cougar, but I don't think your wife would appreciate that.
It's not like she ever listens to this crap.
Well, I say that, and then the minute I said that on the last episode, the one with Peyton, what did my wife listen to?
That's awesome, though.
And that's the one thing she heard the whole time.
She didn't hear anything else.
She really didn't hear anything else. Oh, Peyton is so good. Why did you tell everyone I don't listen? Because you don't.
Well, see, by us saying that, now it ensures that both of them will start listening.
Yeah. They'll probably listen together. Lisa drinks wine, doesn't she?
Yes.
So, yeah. So my wife, your wife, they're going to do a wine list. I think they should do a podcast, a wine podcast.
Well, they could certainly beat the dudes that we met at PodX.
Oh, yeah. They bring Dad a beer. No, give Dad. What is it called?
Bring Dad a beer, I think. Or get Dad a beer.
I'm going to look it up because I do have them on my list to listen to.
Well, I did listen to them a couple weeks ago for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, bring Dad a beer.
Yeah. And I love the title.
It's fun. I don't want to call anything mindless because it's not mindless, but it's just pure fun. It's kind of like us. Well, no one listens to us for any earth-shattering news. Maybe a little bit of useless knowledge here and there.
You don't think it's because it's earth-shattering news?
Well, I mean, just the fact that we open our mouths is earth-shattering. I don't think that's a positive thing. It's not like, President Trump going to the demilitarized zone.
I suppose not, although some might equate it with that.
It could, yeah. Earth-shattering. His haircut is earth-shattering.
Good gosh. Yeah.
But you know what?
He
has a full head of hair.
We always end up on hair, don't we?
I'm just a hairy dude.
He looks like he has a full head of hair. I'm not confident. I mean, they've had people pulled it and stuff like that, but I don't know. And I don't care. It's not like it matters to me. It's not like it's new either.
Right. Oh, yeah. He's had that since he was in his 30s, I think.
I would say that's probably pretty accurate. So, yeah, whatever.
I haven't had hair since my 30s. So what am I talking about?
I'm trying to talk you into a comb over. And as any listeners of our previous episodes know, you have, as yet at least, refused.
Yep. And I'm going to go on refusing until it becomes a true fashion statement. Because I am nothing if I'm not a fashionista.
Well, if you were a true leader fashionista, you would just start the trend.
Oh, John, I'm not a leader. I'm so much a follower.
You are not.
I know. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Whatever I say, I'll do.
Oh, you're a funny man.
Funny looking. That's what I always say to my daughter when she's, Dad, you're so funny. Funny looking.
And then she says,
oh, no, she uses the scary voice first.
Hey,
remember the scary voice?
You're not funny. Yes, I remember the scary voice. Peyton has the best giggle on the planet.
She's a giggle bot. She's a giggle bot. And she's home. She was on vacation for an entire week. She went to Camp Nana Papaw in East Tennessee.
Nice.
Spent a whole week away from Mom and Dad, and I don't know how we survived, but we did.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then Papa got some time with her, and that's wonderful.
Exactly.
Speaking on behalf of all nanas and papas as we are.
Right. Well, not we, not me, because I'm not a nana or a papa. Definitely not a nana.
I meant Lisa and me. And
I
think you could pull off
knew you did. But... Do what?
You could pull off a nana.
I could. Think. I mean, if I shave my legs, whoo, got the best legs in the world.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah, you should. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave that one alone too. But you just got back from vacation too, didn't you?
Yes. In fact, we did a nice long weekend, Thursday through Sunday in Door County, Wisconsin.
You didn't tell me you were going to Door County. I love Door County.
Well, I guess I should have known that because, some people don't know what it is. And but I knew would. It's probably the second most famous touristy area of Wisconsin behind Wisconsin Dells.
Right.
I would say. And if you haven't been to the Wisconsin Dells, that's interesting too. But it's, largely the Ducks. Have you ever been on the Ducks, Nick?
Yes. Not, honestly, I've never been on the Ducks in the Wisconsin Dells. I've been on a duck in Florida. I've been in a couple ducks in Florida. I've been on a duck in Minneapolis, and where else? I've been on a duck somewhere else, but I don't remember. But no, I've never been on the Ducks in Wisconsin Dells.
Well, they're all, and I don't know about the other ducks of which you speak, but the Wisconsin Dells ducks are actually old, I'll say 1940s
military transports. Yeah,
military, exactly, transports that would be on both land and water, and they're kind of cool. So if you have not been on, are they all that? I don't think so.
Well, the ones that I've been on are all World War II
got it
ducks. Yeah, the one that was one of my favorite was a tour of Miami Harbor. So Miami Harbor.
Cool.
It was between South Beach and Miami, and they actually went by the island there that has all the rich people, and they actually showed us Shaq's house. And you knew it was Shaq's house because he had a little Shaq statue sitting on his dock.
Please, when we get wealthy beyond our wildest dreams, please don't let me build a statue of myself.
No, but you can build a statue of me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I already have one. Actually, it's in production development right now.
Actually, so save that thought. I want to hear more about your vacation, but we need to come back to that because I do have a funny story.
Go.
Does that really surprise you?
My
father-in-law. My father-in-law, just for fun, was building a little like bobblehead statue of himself, and he had so much fun doing it that now he's building one of me. And it has a whole story behind it because I was just joking, and they sent a picture as it was being made, and I said, "Hey, but I've lost like 20 pounds." Because he made it kind of a little bit big just by accident. He doesn't do this for a living. So it wasn't, it's not like he's a true artist necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of debate there. Yes, he's an artist because he's creating something that he's having fun doing. Of course, that makes him an artist. But anyway, so it was very boxy. So I just made the joke. So he wanted to trim it down. So he said that I went into and had some corrective surgery. And then he finished all of me. And before he sent the picture, he actually knocked it off the table and everything broke. So now they're rebuilding me, and I still have yet to see what it looks like. Now they're in the painting phase. But yes, it's a little statue of me, and it has a golf bag and everything. So,
and
I'm looking forward to seeing the statue of me.
You're of course going to post a picture of the boxy prototype.
Heck yeah. Yes? Heck yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we need to see that.
Well, actually, no, that's a really good idea. So you know what I'm going to do now is before I post the picture, I'm going to send a picture of you to him and say, I need one. I'm going to commission a statue of you for me.
How big
and then I'll post the picture
together. How big are the bobbleheads?
I don't know. I've never seen it in person, but I would assume it's about the size of your hand.
So
if you held your palm up.
A Dwight Schrute size bobblehead like his.
Yep.
Okay. All right. But I of course would want to pay for it because he should be charging for this.
Well, I'll buy it for you, John. It's going to be, part of the PoddiMouths Museum.
Yes. I imagine that place will be so crowded. It's actually a good idea to get some things in there early.
Absolutely. And you know what? So speaking of Door County, in Door County, and you probably went to the restaurant because you cannot go to Door County without going to this restaurant.
As opposed to outdoor county. You said indoor county.
That's funny. That's good. Good
That's
catch,
how I roll.
Yeah. Well, no, the restaurant with the goats on the roof. Did you go to that one?
Al Johnson's
baby. So I had nieces that work there between.
Really?
I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was between high school and college or if it was college summer breaks in the beginning. Yeah, but a couple of them work there.
As far as I know, that was my first time to Al Johnson's, and it was yes. We went Saturday morning for breakfast.
Okay.
If you haven't been there, it's kind of it is interesting, of course, in that it has a grass roof on at least part of the building, and there are actually goats there. Not coincidentally. No, actually, it is coincidental. I have pictures of said goats
on
my phone that we can post.
That's great, because I have been sitting here thinking I have not been keeping up with my eat, drink, road duties lately, because I haven't been posting anything up there. And I'm not doing great at posting on PoddiMouths either. So we need to start posting some more. I need more content. So I'm glad to hear that.
Well,
but anyway,
yes.
Goats on the roof with a grass roof is perfect for the PoddiMouths museum.
It was also interesting, if I may, that so how long ago since you've been there to El Johnson?
Probably 20 years.
Oh, okay. Hasn't changed a bit.
Never has. I've been told that a lot.
Yeah, when you go in, it's interesting because it was one of those things where we approached the hostess stand, and an Eastern Bloc country young lady was there, and so she had the thick Eastern European accent, and she said it will be 20 minutes, maybe more.
Okay. At least they're honest.
I know, it was awesome. So they have a little shopping area. It's all Scandinavian theme, and they have this little retail store that you go in with all of the tchotch you could possibly imagine. And I have some Norwegian heritage, so there's all the Norse stuff, and there are Sweden dish towels to potpourri to candles to everything you can imagine. So we had to go there, and then before the 20 minutes was up, they were ready to seat us. We went in, and another Eastern Bloc young lady who was our waitress had an excellent sense of humor, but zero smiling at all.
Oh, no.
So we were teasing her. She didn't smile, but she was very funny and quick. And so it was really an interesting experience because it wasn't just the goats that were cool. The whole thing was cool. She pretty much told us what to order. The special is the Swedish pancake special today. That's what most people order. You'll probably order it too, she said.
That's awesome.
That was sweet. And she was right. We ordered it, had Swedish meatballs along with these pancakes and a couple of eggs, and it was very nice. They're extremely efficient, moving people in and out of there quickly. We were done in maybe 30 minutes. So it was cool.
I always recommend that car dealers go into restaurants like that, because that's the best place to find a really good salesperson. And that lady sounds like she would have been a really good car salesman. Most people buy this car, and you're probably going to buy it too.
The assumptive close. We love it.
Yep. That's awesome. Yeah, that place is great. And there's a marina across the street, if I remember, or very close to that, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yep. It's in Sister Bay, which is where we were staying. So it was very, very convenient.
So my stepsister and her husband had a boat. Well, they technically still have a boat, but they would go park it in Marquette. Is it Marquette? Well, Marquette. It's right on the border of Wisconsin and Michigan.
Yep, Marquette and Marinette. It's called. The twin cities. One is Marinette is in Wisconsin, and Marquette is in Michigan.
Right. So that's where they used to house their boat.
Cool.
And then in the summer, for my nieces to go work at Al Johnson, they would take the boat and they would moor it in Sister Bay.
Oh, cool.
And that's where they would live for the summer. It was on the boat while they were working at the restaurant.
You know what? And it's beautiful there.
It is gorgeous.
The couple we went with, the guy, I mean, we've been friends with them for a long time. And the guy said, wouldn't it be great to own a restaurant here? And I said, no, it would be terrible because the weather is only good for maybe 6 or 7 months out of the year. And so it's just, I don't know how you justify it, but it's gorgeous when you're there, even though the water is still pretty cold.
It's very cold
on the Bay side, and it's even colder on the Lake Michigan side.
Right. Doesn't stop you from swimming. I have been in that water there probably more. I've been in that water more in that Great Lake than any of the other Great Lakes I've ever swum in. Swum.
I'm not.
Swam or swum?
It is.
I've never been able to get that right.
Swam, have or had Swum is probably right. Let me look because I want to know now. And you know how I am with grammar.
Yeah. Right. That's why I asked.
Well, because you knew I would look for you.
Right. Because I'm
swim,
lazy.
swam, swum. The regular past tense of swim is swam. I swam to the island. However, when the word is preceded by a helping verb, which is had or have, it changes to swum.
So I had it right.
Yeah. Swim, swam, swum.
Wow. Man, I actually had something right. Usually I try to go into a conversation or anything with confidence. So no matter what I say, people think I'm right.
This time how about drink, drank, drunk?
Oh, well, I drink to get drunk. So
I drank, I have had drunk. And
interesting.
Difficult to say, but it's correct.
That is it is havical. See, I can't even talk normally, so imagine how difficult it is for me. It is havical.
But there are so many of them, shrink, shrank, shrunk, drink, drank, drunk, sing, sang, sunk, just irregular verbs. But swum is a participle used in the present perfect and past perfect tenses.
Participle is one of my favorite words.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are some of your other favorite words? This should be good. People think we rehearse. We never rehearse.
I have to admit, I don't use it as often as a lot of people. And we had a conversation with Mr. Smolik last episode on how proud I was of you not to use expletives. But fuck is truly one of my favorite words.
Now, what makes it so favorited for you? Is it because it's a little edgy, or it makes you sound like Richard Pryor, or
not the latter?
You just like the sound of it?
I just like the sound of it.
Okay,
but definitely the former. It does kind of gives an edge. I don't use it in professional situations often at all, unless we are joking about something.
Sure.
But I do like the fact if I were to ever get angry, and most people that know me know I don't get angry very often.
No.
But I definitely use it as a power word. And that's how I look at it. It's not a swear word, it's a power word.
Yeah.
And I will use it in either a joking situation or a powerful situation, but very rarely any other time.
Do you have a tattoo?
I do not.
I think if you had a tattoo, you'd be less likely to drop F-bombs.
Why is that?
Because it's a statement.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that a little bit better. I'm not tracking.
You say F-bombs for the same reason I have tattoos.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. The problem is and this is one of the other reasons I reserve it for either joking or to make a point.
Yes.
Is because I am very conservative looking. I
absolutely true.
I'm not that I'm not as conservative as I look.
That is correct.
I'm not talking politics. I'm not talking politics. I'm just talking. If I had a picture in my head of myself, I would be, and which I do dress like this, but it still does not look right on me. I'd be in shorts, flip flops with a long sleeve t-shirt, that is exactly what I'm wearing right now. I'd have a hat. I would not be wearing glasses because I hate my glasses.
Get contacts.
We've had that whole conversation. Contacts are fine for a few hours, but then my eyes itch and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, John.
You need better contacts then.
Maybe it is. Maybe
you get LASIK.
I'm working on that. I'm saving for that right now.
Good.
Because it's not cheap, and I'm not going to go to one of those cheap ones.
You're not going to go to the fly-by-night people to work on your eyes?
No, not the ones with the duct tape over the name of the. Yeah, no.
Weird. Wow.
Yeah.
You're so particular.
It is kind of weird, isn't it? I am. It's part of my age, I think.
Yes.
As I get older, I'm a little bit more particular about things like that. I'm not going to Mexico for LASIK, guys.
So let's get you a tattoo.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. I have wanted a tattoo. I really have. I don't know where on my body I would put it because of my conservativeness in my look. I had an earring once.
I can fix all of this.
Yes, you could. I actually got an earring my senior year of high school. We had a senior overnight party where they pretty much locked us into an old school, and we just went to different places and stayed up all night. It was weird. Anyway, I got my ear pierced and I looked at it in the mirror when I left. And 3 hours later, I pulled it out because it just looked so, not just, okay, maybe I can get used to it. No, it looked really bad on me because my just look is so conservative. But going back to the way I look, so flip-flops or tennis shoes, because I love tennis shoes. If I could wear no other shoes ever again, I'd wear tennis shoes all the time. If they said you only get to choose one, tennis shoes, shorts, long sleeve t-shirt with a hat, like the bracelets that I make, the paracord bracelets or the bead bracelets, stuff like that.
That I still don't have, by the way.
Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks. You'll get one.
Fine. Okay. That's what you'd be wearing.
That's the type of clothes I'd be wearing, and I'd be driving a Jeep the whole time.
Yes, you would. What about a hat? What kind of a hat?
Baseball cap.
Okay. The fitted kind or the adjustable kind?
Well, it just depends. I have fitted, and sometimes they just get a little bit too tight. And if I get too loose and I'm driving a Jeep, then it goes flying. So usually the adjustable.
Then you know it's time for a new hat.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I can see all of that on you. Do you ever wear the hats backwards?
Sometimes.
You should, because it's less conservative looking.
It is. Yeah, and that's kind of why I do it sometimes. But I actually wear the hat to keep the light out of my face. I actually wear hats for the reason you wear hats.
Functionality.
Yes. There's my conservative nature right there.
Totally understand it, but that would be more pragmatic than conservative.
Pragmatic. I like that better. Yeah, that's a good one.
So I think we could come up with a tattoo that would instantly tell people that you're not necessarily conservative. Think Mike Tyson's face tattoo.
That definitely would. But I was thinking a little bit more conservative. I was thinking the word "fuck" on my arm.
Yes.
No, the one place I've always wanted a tattoo, but I would probably lose the skin on my arm because I'd be trying to wash it off so often.
Yeah, if you say lower back, I'm going to have a real problem with it.
No, I don't want a tramp stamp. No, I want it on the inside of my arm, between my wrist and my elbow.
On the inside, like the side that faces you when your palm is up?
Yes.
Got it.
That's where I've always loved people's tattoos right there.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could have one there because, like I said, I'm so OCD about my hands and stuff that I would probably try to wash it off, and I'd just rub it all the skin off.
I don't think that's really a danger with a tattoo, is it?
Well, I don't think the tattoo would always be there. The skin would be gone.
You'd equate it with dirt?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well, I mean, I would look at it and go, oh, yeah, I have a tattoo there. But if I just glance at it, I'm like, dirt, rub. Oh, wait, that's a tattoo. Dirt, rub. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that's my tattoo.
Look, I'm OCD about cleanliness, and especially with my hands. And so I get that whole part, but it really it doesn't have a lot to do where I would say,
you know me, I would do that.
You would not.
I would. Again, it's not that I would see the tattoo and go, oh, I'd look at it and know it's there. It wouldn't bother me. But it would be that it would just be that glance. It would be, I'm working and I just glance. Oh, I've got something on my arm. Rub it.
At first, I think you would get used to it.
I'd probably get used to it.
Especially with a tattoo, it's one that, especially if it's one that has some personal meaning to you, which it should if you're getting a tattoo.
Right. What I don't understand, and this is no diss against anyone, what I never understood my dad has one, my best friend has one. They put tattoos on their back, like on their shoulder blade.
Yeah.
If I get a tattoo, I want to be able to see it.
I concur. So
again, everyone has their reasons for putting tattoos where they put them, and more power to them. For me, I'd want to see it.
I think, and that's, I totally agree with you. I think that, it's more of you have a much larger panel on your back, if you will, depending upon the size of the tattoo you want.
Right.
So, I mean, that, I guess I can see an argument for it, but yeah, I'm with you. If I spend, and my arm tattoo, and it's just upper arm, kind of on my shoulder down, not quite to my elbow, was expensive. And it took 4.5 hours to do, and all in one sitting. And I'm like, I want to be able to see, and I could only see probably, half of it, but I want to at least know it's there.
Absolutely. You know whose tattoo I really like, and I hate the fact that I have to bring him up again?
Is
The Rock.
Oh.
Dwayne Johnson has a really cool tattoo.
Why do you hate that fact? He's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy, but I feel like we bring him up a lot on this podcast.
Well, we can change the name from PoddiMouths to Dwayne Johnson Mouths or something like that. Rocky Mouths. And we can gargle with gravel.
Yes. You know who else has a really cool tattoo? Speaking of podcasts, I think Dax Shepard has a really cool tattoo too.
I'd have to see that because
Oh, you should look it up. Look up his tattoo. It's really neat.
Because I'm not sure I want that in my history, my search history.
What, Dax Shepard's tattoo?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know where to go with that.
You do too. Is it DAK?
DAX.
Okay. Dax Shepard. Why am I going to put in tattoo? Oh, he's much more handsome than we are.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why he has such a popular podcast.
Because he's handsome?
Yeah.
We could tell people we're handsome.
We could tell them that.
Oh, look at the dude's in great shape, too. What the hell? Oh, wait, he's married to Kristen Bell?
Yeah, he's married to Kristen Bell. Oh. That's why if you look at his ring finger, because that's the other tattoo, he's actually got a bell on his ring finger.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I see the tree thing. So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
You could pull that off.
So, no, I can't do anything on my shoulders. They're too hairy.
Well, yes, you can.
I'd have to shave all the time, and that's just a pain in the ass.
Then do it.
I know men do it. Whoever said I was a man? Come on.
I'm envisioning you with like the 40-year-old virgin thing. I just want to be there for that. So they did. Yeah. Did you hear? I'm sure you did. The story behind that movie that they actually did it live, and it was real. They were filming it.
Yeah, I remember. I did see that. I think that's in the extras on the DVD, or now they have it on iTunes.
Oh, cool!
You can get the extras.
That would be fun. Yeah, that's. Yep. I could just see that where the actors looking at them. It was really funny, and especially if you're thinking that they were there for the real thing. Oh, I see his bell finger tattoo now too. But here's a picture of him that's not quite so attractive. Oh, good gosh. Yeah. Okay. This is not a.
You're going to have to describe it to our listeners now. And I wouldn't say that because maybe someday, Armchair
that's
Expert
okay. I'm just saying it's not a great picture. There are, if Dax Shepard is going to go looking for pictures of me that are not what I would say attractive, it's going to be pretty damn easy.
All you have to do is look at our Instagram account.
So they have a matching chest tattoo apparently. Oh, good gosh. Really?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, look at this.
Well, I can't see it. We're not in the same room.
Ours is the Fury. You can search for it too. You just didn't want it in your search history.
What am I looking for?
It's their matching chest tattoo.
Oh, I don't think that's real.
It's got to be fake.
That's definitely fake. No, that's definitely fake.
Okay, good. Then never mind. Holy crap. That would be terrible.
Yeah, I don't think whoever manages either of them, I don't think would let that happen.
I would certainly hope not. Okay, it kind of looks fake now that I'm looking at it, but it's there you have it.
That's crazy.
So we look nothing like that. We're much older, which means we have a lot more experience.
You're older. He's actually older than I am.
I have way more life experience.
He's 44.
Oh, yeah. See, well, you're a puppy. I keep forgetting.
I'm a baby. Yeah. I'm a little baby.
I know. Mm-hmm. We all know.
You have to. I'm right on that cusp of millennial. You have to make sure that you don't offend me.
I don't really give a shit.
I know.
And there I go swearing.
I say the cusp. You broke the streak.
Well, whatever. I think
you wanted to make sure there was. You wanted to make sure there was emphasis on that,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I broke the streak before we started recording today, as you know.
Oh, you really did.
I did.
I almost kind of wanted to record because you were going off.
I know, but still.
It was great.
Was not. It was terrible. I feel terribly guilty. No, I don't.
No, you really don't.
No, I don't feel guilty at all.
Yeah. So this week is we are recording this. This will actually go live the week of, but we are recording just before the week of 4th of July, the very first week in July. And so we were talking about vacation earlier, and I still want to hear more about it. I know we digressed a long way, but I still want to hear more about your vacation. But one thing Peyton and I have planned for this weekend, or not this weekend, for the so between the 3rd and the 4th, is we are actually going to go camping in the backyard. It's going to be hell because it'll be 95 degrees, but it'll be fun.
Make sure you have either mosquito netting or some sort of, oh my gosh, kick butt spray.
Oh, we'll be in a tent. We're gonna pitch the tent.
Yeah, but well, I hope that keeps you safe from all the bugs, because I played golf not long ago. I don't think we talked about that. And I'm a terrible golfer, which is why it would be shocking. And
is there such a thing as a good, quote unquote, good golfer?
Well, yeah, I mean, you've heard of some of them on the tour, probably.
Yeah, but they're not always good. They're just lucky sometimes.
Right. They're always good. You and I are not always good. I had bites from gnats and or mosquitoes from my elbows on down to my hand. Fortunately, I was wearing long pants. I truly was chewed up with no fewer than 50 mosquito bites on my arms, and I was totally sprayed up. Had DEET spray on. It did no good whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, it was terrible. They were swarming our faces when we'd tee off, and it was just incredible.
Well, having grown up there and knowing what you were going through, the mosquitoes in Wisconsin and Minnesota are the size of birds. We don't have that bad a mosquito problem down here.
Yeah, that's true. They are kind of large.
I also live in a residential area where I think they spray, so I'm not worried about mosquitoes or the bugs.
Do they really? See, they used to do that when we were growing up. They called it a fogger, and it was this big tank, probably DDT, that killed everything in its path. It seemed like mosquito-wise,
including humans.
Yeah, yes and no. But if you think, and of course, yes, the environmentalists work really hard. And there's a famous lady who has since passed away that was central in that effort to get rid of DDT. And, they, of course, promoted it as, it saved thousands of lives, and because it was a cancer producing whatever. And then you think about all the people that have died since because of malaria.
Right. And yeah, I mean, it's a fine line. So, not to get political, but the same spectrum, that's the same fight we're having right now with vaccinating children.
Yes.
Because they say vaccinating children leads to X, Y, and Z. We're not going to get into that, but vaccinating children give you or leads to X, Y, and Z. So people have stopped vaccinating their children, but now they're catching those diseases that they're getting vaccinated for and dying.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, we just have to pick the worst evil or the least worst evil. How's that go?
You can't protect your kids from everything.
Exactly.
You just can't.
Yeah.
And
you have to pick and choose what's going to be worse.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the possibility of getting some disease because you're vaccinating, or is it dying from the disease without the vaccination?
Yeah. And so this is, again, without getting into the political spectrum, this is where if you truly believe that all there ever is your time on this earth and there is nothing else, you're going to go to great lengths to make sure that people do not die. And
right.
And so it's tough. And nobody is except, oh, great, I'm going to heaven, so I can't wait to get there. You don't see a lot of people saying that either. But I think that when people are direly holding on to, any one thing, it kind of controls them. And unfortunately, I think that's what's happened to a degree.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the bugs they were not bad when we were up in Door County. The one thing I don't know if I told you is that we rode the Harleys up there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And so that was cool and it was fun. We were actually going to trailer them up, which makes us terrible in the sight of many pure motorcyclists because we didn't get thunderstorms and stuff like that.
Right, because you're driving Harleys and you're not driving Hondas. Hondas are a little bit more acceptable in the back on a trailer. But when you see a Harley being trailered, you're going, oh boy, that's a weekend warrior right there.
That's exactly right. So happily, because the weather cooperated largely, at least, we rode the bikes up and delighted that because we were thinking about it. It's a beautiful day. It was beautiful on Thursday when we took off to go to Door County. It's about just over 200 miles from us. So, it was about 3.5, 4 hours at the outside because we took some back roads and
nice.
And it was great. Yeah, it was really, and a beautiful day to ride. And Matt and I are just looking at each other going, how terrible we would have felt if we were trailering the bikes on a beautiful day like today. So, and he was right. We would have felt lousy. So anyway, long story short, we had beautiful riding weather every day. There was rain overnight one night, and there were thunderstorms yesterday, but we left at 7 a.m. from the hotel and rode home. And made it. Lisa and I pulled the Harley into the garage, shut the door, and within 15 minutes, it was pouring and thunder and lightning and crazy. So we just made it.
Nice.
Yes.
So I have 2 questions for you,
yes,
just on topic and off topic at the same time.
Yes, sir.
First question. Did Lisa ride on the back of your Harley, or does she have her own and you guys rode separately?
This is an ongoing thing. She rides 2 up with me, so she rides behind me. And we have both talked about getting her a bike. But as anytime we get close to it, she kind of pulls back. So I think so here's the thing, without making it too long-winded. She wanted a little scooter 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And so I relented, even though these little scooters,
like a Vespa scooter,
except not nearly that nice. It was a low end, no offense, China, but Chinese made. And I think we bought it for $600 or $700 or something like that. And so it was for what it was fine. And she wanted to ride it to her jazzercise classes that she was teaching. And it was, maybe a half mile to a mile away. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, that's fine. She thinks it's cute, and it was, and off she goes. And she dumped it at least 2, if not 3 times.
Oh, no.
Because anyone that knows those scooters, you have to ride them completely differently than you ride a real motorcycle. A real motorcycle, right. You can lean because you have power to pull you out of curves and things like that. Scooters, you have no power, especially this little POS. So she would try to pull out of a turn and she'd lean too far and fall.
Oh, no.
And so it wasn't really even her fault. It was just not knowing that those things, you have to ride them pretty much straight up and turn the wheel as opposed to leaning to turn. And so anyway, she's been a little bit scared, if I can use that word, or at least hesitant to get on a real motorcycle because she equates it with that experience, which
is understandable.
Understandable, but unfortunate.
Right.
Because they're completely different animals. So,
right.
But my friend Matt and his wife Carrie, who is also my friend, they each own bikes.
Okay.
And so she has an older, I can't think which, I mean, it's a Harley. I just don't remember what type it is, and she's going to hate me for that. But it's an awesome bike, old school carburetor, but it's been upgraded and updated, and it just sounds awesome, like you would envision a Harley to sound. So she rode her bike up there. Matt has a Road King, which is a good sized bike, the same chassis essentially as mine, which is a Road Glide. But anyway, so she rode up and rode back, but the whole time we were up there, she would hop on with Matt on his.
Okay.
So anyway, it worked out great. But Lisa enjoys riding on the back, to answer your question in a long-winded way.
All right. So second question along those same lines. I've always wondered this, and every time I see a bike pass me on the road, I wonder this too, specifically the bikes that the rider is wearing a helmet. I know there are communication devices that go with helmets. I know all that stuff. But one thing that would honestly drive me nuts about riding a motorcycle, especially without a helmet, is not being able to listen to the radio or to a podcast while I'm riding.
Sure.
Do they make helmets or anything like that you can actually listen to the radio or podcasts or things like that while you're riding?
Yes, my Road Glide has speakers built into the fairing.
Right, and I know that. I know you can listen to it like that.
Yes.
But I'm talking about just in ear.
But it's also a Bluetooth setup.
I see.
So and interesting that you say that, because I have a set of Bose Bluetooth headphones that I wear for working out and stuff like that. And I thought this would be the perfect thing to pair up with my phone, because the Harley has a lousy, like a lot of automotive manufacturers, frankly, a lousy GPS setup.
Harley has a GPS.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, it's built in, and the Road Glide and their touring bikes, yes.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yep, it's built in, so I've got a screen in the center and decent maps and all of that. But it's an entertainment console essentially that will Bluetooth to your phone if you want to listen to music through the speakers on the phone, or you can just Bluetooth your phone, which I do. I use my phone for navigation. And I thought I could pair up my Bose in-ears, my headphones, and because I often wear earplugs anyway when I'm on the bike. I mean, it's just really loud when you're riding.
Sure, it's a Harley.
Well, no, not the bike. The wind rushing by your ears is much louder than the bike. It is. It's way louder.
I believe you. I'm giggling at my own joke.
You're hilarious. So anyway, so I Bluetooth paired them, and I'm thinking, using my Android Maps feature, that it would be awesome, because through Bluetooth, it would tell me directions in my ear. It would be, and it'd keep the wind rushing by and so on. I could not get enough volume for some strange reason from my phone to the earbuds. And so
interesting.
I don't understand. So I'm going to have to figure out why that was. If it just needs to be that much louder, or I do not understand. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But that was my plan. They make in-ears that you can just Bluetooth up to your phone, or in my case, the Harley, and tune in the radio if I want to.
Okay, so expand on that question a little bit. Can you do, if you've got a full face mask, so the helmet, which is probably the kind of helmet I'd wear anyways, because I just think they look cool. You know, you close the visor, no one knows who you are.
Yes, I know.
But can you actually get one of those that you can, when you see a phone call coming in, you can answer, and you can actually have conversations in your helmet with people while you're riding?
Yes. There are aftermarket things in that. There are actually even helmets that are produced with the Bluetooth capability built in. So everything is all built inside the helmet. And you can take phone calls, and with a full face, especially, it's quiet enough in there. You'll notice a lot of YouTube videos where guys or ladies are wearing full face helmets, and you can actually hear them very clearly because it's mic'd in the helmet.
And it's really close to your mouth.
It is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of nice. It's whatever you like. I'm not as music focused as you are. But I'm with you. I enjoy, if I'm working out, I'm always listening to music and so on. But Lisa and I used to have helmets that were connected, and she didn't like them. So anyway, honey, off to the left, you can see she didn't like it. So now we don't talk anymore on the bike, and I think it's just solitude for her. But she is the best rear seat passenger ever. She's just quiet and and enjoys the ride as opposed to, well, let me tell you about this or whatever. There may be people like that. So anyway,
I'd be one of them.
A quiet one or the one who's nagging me?
Nagging.
See, that's why I won't let you ride with me.
Oh, okay.
And plus, we're two guys. But you should ride. Tattoo, get a Harley. I'm getting you there.
I'll follow you in the Jeep. How's that?
Forget the comb over. No, I want to ride with you in the Jeep too. Forget the comb over, but a tattoo and a Harley. And then you and I will ride together in the Jeep.
Oh, boy.
Just saying. This is a thought.
It's a thought. Hey, can you hold on for just a second? We're gonna pause for a minute. I'll be right back. Be right back, John. Be right back.
This is good because Nick is going to put all of you on hold.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
cutting this part out. That's the nice thing about editing. I'll be right back.
He's not going to cut it out. We're going to keep it in. He just fell off the desk. He's running down the stairs. I can hear it. This is just in case he decides not to cut it out. So, Nick, I think it would be really good if all of you would send him emails or just post on Facebook or at PoddiMouths.com. You can just leave us a message and tell him he needs to get a tattoo and maybe a motorcycle. I'm not sure about the comb over. If you want him to have a comb over hairstyle, that's fine. Or he could just shave his head. We could talk about that. Shave his head, he would look much less conservative, especially if he does LASIK or gets contacts. I sleep with my contacts in. I mean, if his eyes are getting itchy after 5 minutes, he needs to suck it up a little bit. At least that's my opinion. So anyway, this has been me talking way too much about vacations and Harleys and all of that. But you all should take a vacation if you haven't, because sometimes just getting away for a long weekend is just recharging. And I feel pretty good today. It's good coming back to work. And employers, you know what? If your people go out to vacation, it's going to make them better employees when they get back. Oh, here's Nick. Shh. Okay, let's pretend like we weren't talking.
All right. Do what?
No, nothing.
You were talking a lot.
I think there was some static. That's why it looked. You're going to have to listen to it.
I will. Oh, you know I will. You know I will. I had to take a phone call, so my apologies.
Well, no, that's fine. And I think our listeners are going to dictate that they want to actually, have that part saved. It almost felt like you fell down off your chair when you left. It was like, boom, boom,
because I ran down the stairs.
Well, and we heard that too. So we were just talking about it, the listeners and I. So now you're going to have to listen to this.
Boy. I'm going to listen to it. I might have to actually keep it in. I don't know.
You might have to.
It depends.
So I'm not worried. Depends. So have you been playing any golf?
Nope. Haven't picked up my clubs. Well, we had talked that my wife and I went on a date on Friday night, and we were eating at this restaurant. It shall remain nameless, but it was a restaurant that I recommended for a long time.
Yep.
I no longer recommend it because the last couple of times we've gone in, it's made us a little bit ill. And not because we had bad service or anything. It was literally the food. So this last time it was the worst. I started feeling sick 20 minutes into the meal. And I haven't been feeling well. And this weekend would have been the perfect time to do it because my daughter, as I had said, was on Nana Papaw camp day or camp week. So I would have had time away, but nope, didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. I'm sad.
Does your wife play golf?
No, she does not.
Okay.
I'm trying to get her to. We went to, as Peyton told us in that episode, we did go to Topgolf, and that was the first time my wife has ever picked up a golf club. And I think she kind of enjoyed it, but I'm not sure she hasn't brought it up since, so we'll see.
Did she have wine while she was there?
She did.
Well, hello. If wine and golf go hand in hand, I think she's going to be a golfer.
I hope so. Well, and it wasn't just wine. It was actually a mimosa.
Nice.
Yeah. She likes her some mimosas. Mimosas. I can't even say it.
I think that's purpose.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Mimosas. And I haven't even been drinking this weekend.
Did she have it with or without triple sec? Because I like them without.
It was without. Yeah. She doesn't do the triple sec.
It's a little too sweet for me.
Way too sweet. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good. Then I like her even more. So I've played golf more than you have this year, I think, which is ridiculous.
I have not even seen a course this year. Well, no, that's not true. I did get to play with Dennis, your boss. That was earlier. That was early spring. I mean, it was still cold out. So that was a course play. The rest of the time I've swung. I've been on a range. So that's about my extent of golf this year.
Well, that's not bad.
Hopefully I'll get out next weekend. Next weekend would be a good time, right after the 4th.
Yep.
Depending on the weather, it's supposed to rain all week. And that's been the other pretty nasty. We've had some pretty nasty weather, not compared to a lot of places in the United States, but we've last few days, we've had some nasty weather come through, big storms.
Yeah.
We lost power, lost trees.
Oh, wow.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, we lost some trees too. While we were up in Door County, they had storms down here.
Did they?
Yeah. And so it was, some power outages and several 3 or 4 trees down, at least that I saw yesterday in our town.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm with you. I get the weather thing, and it does kind of put a damper on golf. I played last week, one morning, just because it's in honor of a friend who passed away, and he was a big golfer, and so we decided to do that. All the people that were, his friends and so on, we all got together. I think there were like 20 of us, and we all played 9 holes before his funeral and visitation. And so it was cool. It was fun to get out with the guys, that we've all known over the years, and just to remember him that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Kind of good. Nice thing to do, and certainly different than the normal, what can be gloom and doom in a visitation and a funeral.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do, I think most people can attest to this. I don't do death well. That's pretty much how I'm going to leave that. I don't do death well.
People who do.
I don't. I'm very awkward at funerals. You've heard me make death jokes. They're pushing up daisies. I guess I don't. It's very serious. It's a very, very serious thing, because you're losing a loved one. You're losing, or that person is losing their life. But on the same side of things, I guess I don't take it as seriously as a lot of people, or maybe rephrase it as emotional as other people.
Yeah.
There's not necessarily, that's not 100% true, because I do feel emotion towards it, but I guess my reaction to it is more comedic than it is serious, if that makes any sense. So it gets me into a lot of trouble. So I try to avoid stuff like that as much as possible.
What trouble? Like you make jokes at visitations?
No, I don't do that. I have tact, but I'm thinking them.
I'm thinking jokes. My brother is probably the best at visitations and funerals and so on, because as he'll meet the people, he will always try to relate a story, a funny story of one time with this person, and he's just really good at it. And I'm more like you, that it's it's just awkward, right?
Yeah,
and that's how it feels.
Yes.
So I admire people who are good at funerals.
Yes, I agree 100%, because I am not. I am so not.
Neither am I. Well, I love George Carlin had lots of bits about death and dying and sickness and all of that. He talks about how you refer to people after they're gone. Oh, poor Bob. Poor Bob's gone. And Tom, oh man, Tom, I'm going to miss that guy. It's so sad that he's gone. And Bill,
but Bill, that guy's an asshole.
No, he goes, but Ed, that MFer, he's still alive.
That's what it is, yeah.
And he always uses the funny names, Ed, which was my dad's name, but it's a name that you don't hear very often these days, so it's pretty fun.
That's, yeah. I love George Carlin. We know that. We've talked about that before.
Even though he's dead.
Even though he's dead. Motherfucker. No,
This is why you're here. My microphone fell into my lap from laughing too hard. If you want to know what that noise was, that was me tipping my microphone over into my lap.
No one wants to know what's in your lap, John.
Well, it was more on my side because I turned away.
Yeah.
It's lap.
Well, don't break it. It's actually working well today.
Well, I'm sure I'll mess it up at some point. But yeah, it is. It's recording at a much better level than usual. Everyone thought it was spoken.
So anything else fun happen on your vacation?
No, that was it. Couple of nice dinners, couple of nice restaurants. Unlike you, I go to restaurants that don't make me sick.
Right. Actually, we did. So we went to another restaurant when I was feeling a little bit better that we hadn't been to in a while. It was after picking Peyton up. It is called Urban Winery, and it's on the east side of Nashville. If you're in Nashville, I would highly recommend this place. We didn't do any of the outdoor activities there, but they have a bocce ball court.
Oh, cool.
Where they also put, when you're not playing bocce, you can play cornhole. They have a little putt-putt green out there. It's a really neat little place, and they have some excellent food, and obviously they have good wine because it is Urban Winery. So highly recommend that. I had the Prosecco fries.
Ooh.
and I did the small plates just because, again, I wasn't necessarily feeling well. But then I had these skewers, and there were 3 of them, and they came with some fresh vegetables, artichoke hearts, and salami and olives. Oh, so good.
Wow.
So good. I would highly recommend it.
Nice.
And I was beating myself up while we were there because I didn't take any pictures. And I said, this would have been the perfect thing to put on Eat, Drink, Road.
Yes.
Yep.
Where? So east side, like near the airport?
No, that's no.
Nashville.
Okay. So when we say things like that, when we say like east side, we mean East Nasty or East Nashville. And that is, it's just a neighborhood. East Nasty.
Okay.
That's what they used to call it. But the airport, they don't really say what side of the city that's on. But it's over in Antioch, also called Gettioch. Hopefully no one listening will get mad at me for saying that, but it's true. This was in East Nashville. And yes, the airport is east of Nashville, but it's not necessarily considered East Nashville. It's a whole different neighborhood. I know. It's every little city has its little colloquialisms. That's one of my other favorite words. I just can never say it. Colloquialisms.
There, you did it. Nice job.
Yeah. If I'm not thinking about it. My mom used to have trouble with the word arterial, which is really hard when you work in the medical profession and you have to use the word almost every day. She couldn't say it.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, that would make it a little bit difficult. It's sort of like being a world leader and not knowing how to say nuclear.
Yeah. I know where you're going with that, and I'm going to stop you right there.
I'm just going to leave it alone. I just wanted to put it out there because you know what? It's not nuclear. It's nuclear.
Yep. Nuclear.
Come on.
Nuclear.
Gosh.
Yep. Anyway, since we're talking about nuclear.
Yes. Boom.
Yeah. My brain, I was thinking exactly how I was going to transition that into social media, drop that bomb, but it just, my brain just went completely numb at that point. So
that perfect.
On that bomb,
I'm looking to say, gosh, I wonder if we've lost connectivity. And it's like Nick leaving the room when you have a brain fart like that.
It was a big brain fart. Big brain fart. I mean, my brain must have been eating a lot of beans. Anywho.
Wow.
Speaking of beans, speaking of nuclear.
Yes. Tell them about social media.
Social media. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those fun places. Make sure that you subscribe to all of those accounts that you can subscribe to, which I think are all of them. Follow up with us, see what's going on, see what's happening, look at our pictures, and you know what? My favorite thing ever is engage with us. you reach out to us. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you, if there are any topics that you want us to, completely ignore, put it up there and we will ignore it. And, head over to Patreon too. And if you want to support us so we can sit here and have these conversations all day, every day, that would be fantastic for us. Anything else, John?
Yeah, and we can retire wealthy. Don't forget that part.
Oh yeah, we want to retire wealthy. That would be very, very nice. Make sure we can buy a bigger camper.
For $10 a month with millions of your friends, we could retire wealthy.
Yes. Not rich, just wealthy.
Wealthy, that's fine.
Yeah, I think wealthy's fine. I don't need to be rich. I just need to be wealthy.
Exactly.
You can also check us out on the website. Head over to PoddiMouths.com, check out the latest episodes, sign up for the newsletter so you can get notified every time a new episode goes live. You can also check us out on YouTube. I will get my act together and get more stuff posted to YouTube. And someday John and I will do some more videos when we're together, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. We actually will be recording together several times.
Yes, we will.
Don't know how many we're going to get done, but we'll do our best to get several so you can listen and enjoy us in the same room, making fun of each other to each other's face rather than over a connection between Nashville and Madison, Tennessee. Not Madison, Tennessee. That's really close.
We're going to get tattoos together.
We're going to get, no, that ain't going to happen.
Come on, PoddiMouths tattoos.
No.
Dude.
Anywho, you can also check out our Instagram account, Eat Drink Road, for updates when we actually don't have our head in our ass and forget to take photos. But John did take some photos of Al Johnson, and I'll make sure those get posted up as well. And we hope you enjoy.
We do hope that. And let's just be clear, it's Al Johnson's restaurant. I did not take photos of Al Johnson. Or Al Johnson.
I guess Al Johnson. I guess I wasn't clear. I'm sorry, listeners.
We miss you guys.
Miss you, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.